Next matchup, Baltimore taking on Seattle. 4:10 Eastern first pitch in Seattle. The Mariners are the hefty $1.75 favorite, totals at 9. We did see a 25-cent move toward the Mariners. 25-cent move toward the Mariners and movement downward on the total half a run. Once again, the Mariners are minus 175, totals at 9 flat. 60% are leaning Seattle, 62% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Orioles are plus 155 on the money line. The Mariners minus a $1.05 on the run line. We have Gerson Bautista for the Mariners, Andrew Cashner for Baltimore. Now, this is one of the few bright kind of shining spots for Baltimore. Cashner 6-3 on the year thus far for the Orioles. Meanwhile, Gerson Bautista on the other side comes into this game for the Mariners with a 9.00 ERA and a 2.50 WHIP. Seattle's also been horrible at home this year. Winners in just 16 out of 40 at home. 16 out of 40 at home. They also rank dead last in striking out, really struggling to make contact. And when it comes to the total, oddly enough, Seattle's 29-11 to the over at home, depending on where you're shopping at. Now, some books had a couple pushes in there, but overall, it's still overwhelming to the over when Seattle is at home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean Baltimore Orioles. Despite being 0-10 on a 10-game losing streak, they got to break the code, right? It's always, it's like on the roulette wheel when you see 10 reds in a row. The blacks do, right? That's all bullshit. But anyway, I think Baltimore's got to pull it out or at least stay close and blow it at the end by a run. Give me Baltimore plus 1.5 and the over 9 runs in that game. Next matchup, Atlanta Braves taking on the Washington Nationals. 7:15 Eastern first pitch in the nation's capital. Washington's minus 120, totals 10.5. We did see a 10-cent fade of the Nats in the early wagering. We also saw movement upward on the total half a run. Once again, Washington's minus 120, totals at 10.5. 57% are leaning Braves, 54% shaded toward the over. Right now, Atlanta's plus $1.10 on the money line. Washington plus $1.60 on the run line. We have Anibal Sanchez for Washington. Yeah, facing his old team. We have Mike Foltynewicz for the Braves. Now, Washington's 21st in hits allowed at home, despite their current win streak. I know that they're winning a bunch of games right now, but keep in mind they are 21st in hits allowed at home. Meanwhile, Atlanta on the other side is 4th in runs allowed on the road. They're also 20-15 straight up when traveling. Now, total-wise, Atlanta's 10-2 to the over in their last dozen. Give me the Braves plus 1.5 and the over 10.5 in that game. Next matchup, Rockies, Dodgers, 7:15 Los Angeles. No real surprise here. The Dodgers are the massive $2.40 favorite, totals at 8. We did see a 15-cent fade of the Dodgers in the early wagering. We also saw a little bit of movement upward on the total as well. Once again, the Dodgers are minus 240, totals at 8 flat. 66% are leaning Dodgers, 70% shaded toward the over. Right now, Colorado's plus 220 on the money line. Dodgers minus $1.20 on the run line. We have Hyun-Jin Ryu for the Dodgers, Peter Lambert for the Rockies. Lambert's coming into this game with a 6.00 ERA. Meanwhile, Ryu, Cy Young, leader right now, or he's up there. He comes into this game with a 9-1 record, a 1.26 ERA, and a .82 WHIP. That's Hyun-Jin Ryu for the Dodgers. Unreal. Speaking of unreal, the Dodgers cannot lose at home. They cannot lose at Dodger Stadium. They're 32-9 straight up at home this year. 3rd in home scoring. When it comes to the total, Colorado's 6-2 to the over in their last 8. So very square play here. Give me the Dodgers minus 1.5 and the over 8 runs in that game. Next matchup, Houston taking on the Yankees, 7:15 Yankee Stadium. The Yanks are minus 165, totals 10.5. We saw a slight nickel fade of the Yankees in the early wagering, but we saw a big move on the total as this one opened up at 9.5, up to 10.5. So that moved a whole run. So once again, the Yankees are minus 165, totals at 10.5. 60% are on New York, 52% on the under. Right now, the Astros are plus 155 on the money line. The Yankees plus $1.15 on the run line. We have Masahiro Tanaka for the Yankees, Wade Miley for the Astros. Now Tanaka comes into this game with a 3.23 ERA and a 1.10 WHIP. The Yankees are on a hot 7-game winning streak, 7-0 in their last 7. They're also 27-13 at home this year. Houston on the other side, really banged up with injuries, really can't. They're kind of out of sync, out of whack. Losers in their last 6 straight, 0-6 in their last 6. So with all that in mind, I'm going to lean Yankees minus 165 and the under 10.5 in that game. All right, next matchup. It is going to be White Sox taking on the Rangers. 9:05 Eastern first pitch in Arlington. The Rangers are minus 190, totals at 11. We saw a big 25-cent move toward the Rangers in the early wagering. We also saw a little bit of movement toward the over in the early going as well. Once again, the Rangers are minus 190, totals at 11 flat. 66% are leaning toward Texas. 56% shaded toward the over. Right now, the White Sox are plus 180 on the money line. Texas minus $1.05 on the run line. We have Lance Lynn for the Rangers, Despain for the White Sox. Now, Lance Lynn comes into this game with an 8-4 record and a 1.29 WHIP for the Rangers. Texas is pretty good at home, guys. They're 26-15 at home this year, 24-17 against the spread in that same category. And when it comes to the total, the White Sox are 80% to the under in their last 5 when traveling. Give me the Rangers minus 1.5 and the under 11 runs in that game. All right, next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be Giants taking on the Diamondbacks, 10:10 Eastern first pitch in Arizona. No line currently posted for this game. We have Tyler Beede for the Giants, Zach Godley for the Diamondbacks. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Zach Godley is 3-4 on the year. He's also posting a 6.52 ERA and a 1.52 WHIP. Arizona's also struggled at Chase Field this year. 6 games under 500 at home. Winners in just 14 out of 34 at Chase Field. Just not very good in the friendly confines. They're also 0-5 straight up in their last 5 at any location. A couple more things about Arizona. They rank 20th in striking out on average per game, and they're also 26th in home hits per game on average. Now, San Fran on the other side, they're 8th in striking out on the road, really making good contact when traveling. And believe it or not, as bad as they've been in certain spots, they're 20-18 against the spread when traveling. So whenever this line comes out, I got to imagine that Arizona will be favored. So I got to imagine that the Giants will be catching the 1.5. Regardless, I don't know the lines, but I do think they'll get the job done on the run line. So give me the San Francisco Giants getting the job done for some run line cash. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Before I get out of here, just want to wish you a happy Saturday afternoon. The weekend's here. I'm so happy that the weekend is here. You guys all know how much I hate real work, my real job. So it's great that the weekend's here. Had a couple beers last night, some appetizers. Slept in this morning to 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, of course. Slept in. That's sleeping in for me. 6:30 in the morning after a night of drinking. But anyway, happy Saturday to you. So happy the weekend's here. Hopefully you have a lot planned or little planned. Hopefully you're relaxing. But either way, hopefully you're all safe and we have a lot of winners. I want to quickly remind you guys to check me out on my website, patreon.com/rockpage. We have a bunch of different memberships and different tiers and packages that you can subscribe to. A lot of good stuff there. Take a look at that site. There's free content, including my current record in many different categories, and you'd be surprised at how well I'm doing in one of those categories. So check me out at patreon.com/rockpage. Link is in the description section below. And guys, I have no shout outs today. I forgot to write them down. I literally go through each shout out and write them down on paper. Like I don't scroll through them while I'm recording. I read them and I write them down. So if you drop me a line in the comment section, I'm reading them. I'm digesting them. I know all the good and all the ugly. So anyway, guys, sorry about that. No shout outs. Let's double up on comments in the comment section today, and then we can really bang out a lot of shout outs for Sunday. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching this free content, this free information right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoy producing it each and every day. Rarely miss a day. Didn't even miss many days on my honeymoon. I think we uploaded 3 or 4 times when I was on my honeymoon. So we didn't get to upload on my wedding day. I wanted to upload in a tux, maybe with a couple of the groomsmen, but no big deal there. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage.